Welcome back to GreyWolf TV, continuing our episodes of The X-Files. We're now on to episode 16 of season 1. The last one has kind of allowed Scully to have to consider that there are things that are unexplainable, that are outside of her scientific knowledge and field, because the last one was basically a guy who ended up inhabiting an old boyfriend of hers who also was an agent, who was a bank robber, and they both died on the operating table at the same time, and his consciousness, soul, whatever you want to call it, ended up in there as well. I still think the agent was in there too. It didn't really go into details or specifics of that, but he had memories of his, so there was some residual memories there, if nothing else. And it's made her question things. Even Mulder at the end saying, why is it so hard for you to open your mind to these things? I guess this is going to happen more often. Anyway, we're going to carry straight on, find out what is next. Episode 16. Sounds like someone's either been murdered, tortured, or operated on. Oh, operated on.
John Barnett is dead.
Okay.
No, I heard him screaming.
That's
I
what
said John Barnett is dead. You
Okay.
understand?
Okay then. He doesn't look very happy.
Lone gunman took out a sales girl after she filled up a bag for him.
Wow.
You guys turn up anything?
I'm telling you, Mulder, this is going to blow your mind.
John Barnett, by any chance?
What is it?
Wait a second.
You see what I called you?
What about witness descriptions?
White male, 5'11" to 6 feet, ski mask.
It was my first case at the bureau.
First
I was
case?
doing
Wow.
armed jobs all over D.C. and getting away with it. Very trigger happy. Killed 7 people. That Barnett had an inside connection. An employee at the armored car company was tipping him off about large shipments of cash. Turns out I was sort of right.
Fox can't guard the chicken coop.
Clever.
Oh, that's personal.
So you never caught him?
Oh, we did. We did, but not clean. An agent died.
So you think he escaped?
No, that's just it.
He died.
He did die in prison.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
I'd say it's him.
But you're not sure.
95%. Writing's sloppy, or some of the ascenders and descenders are heavier.
He's got a clear shot.
I was just going to say that.
I should have taken it.
Yeah, he should.
But he couldn't.
No, not with a hostage so close. And Agent Steve Wallenberg, Mulder, never forgave himself for that.
What's that?
Federal Bureau of Prisons sent me a copy of his death certificate. Name of deceased, Barnett John Irvin. Cause of death, cardiac arrest. Can I show you the videotape?
You did the right thing, Mulder.
Did I?
A haunted fox eventually dies. What? Oh crap, he's watching you. Or someone is.
I've been thinking about it, Mulder, and I think that somebody is messing with your head.
No, I don't
Barnett
think
said
they
he'd
are.
get me. You were there.
I don't care what Barnett said. He's dead, Mulder. You know, all this talk around here about spooky Mulder, I never used to pay it much mind. I figured it was just talk about how paranoid you were and all.
And now?
You were always 3 jumps ahead. It was scary, Mulder. Everybody said so.
I've heard the story.
Yeah, well, maybe you ought to hear it again.
No surviving relatives, left what little he had to another prisoner, a Joe Crandall.
Take us back to the day in question.
Oh, here
Was
we
it
go.
your impression, Agent Mulder, that John Barnett took a kind of a perverse pleasure in his crimes?
That he killed his victims almost as if it were part of a game. We surrounded Barnett, and we ordered him to surrender his hostage and his weapon.
But you didn't fire. Why?
No, it's against FBI regulations to unnecessarily endanger the life of a hostage. The suspect, John Barnett, fired his weapon point blank at his hostage, and then he turned his gun on Steve Wallenberg. He gunned him down just for spite.
Your Honor, we object.
Witness will step down.
There's a man with a wife and two
Sir,
small
please step
children,
down.
and you shot him without hesitation, without conscience.
Barnett was admitted to the prison infirmary for an infection in his right hand. There isn't any indication or diagnosis of coronary complications. In fact, on his physical 6 months earlier, he was given a clean bill of health.
Know each other?
Are you aware that Barnett died of cardiac arrest in this facility in 1989?
Cardiac arrest? Where does it say that?
On his death certificate.
Official report.
Doctor working on him with a knife took his bad hand clean off.
What doctor?
Was it Dr. Ridley?
Yeah, it was Dr. Ridley, that's the one.
He's covering this shit up.
He told me Johnny was dead, but I knew it was a lie. I saw him looking at me.
Yeah.
I saw him blink.
Fox Mulder.
Barnett?
I'm gonna trace.
Wait a minute.
Surprised.
Well, you know,
That face doesn't look like an old guy.
what makes you think I'm taping you?
The same thing makes me think you're putting a trace on this call.
What state are you in?
Same state you are.
How do I know it's really you, Barnett?
What did I say to you in the courtroom?
Well, anyone could know that.
Did you ever doubt me?
Fine. I just need confirmation that you are who you say you are.
You want confirmation? You got it.
What did he mean by that?
I don't know, but that is John Barnett. I got an inmate at the prison who swears he saw Barnett alive the night they say he died.
Mulder, go home. Get some rest.
Oh, shit. Okay, I was not expecting that.
Reggie, you there? Hey, Reggie!
It's going to affect him even more now.
What's going on, Reggie?
I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking how different things would have been if I would have taken that shot at Barnett when I had it.
Mulder, we're still not 100% sure that this is him.
Kind of regrets now.
I hate to tell you, and I'm not known to be wrong about these things, but this note was most certainly written by a right-handed person.
Would you be able to tell if this note was written by somebody using a prosthetic hand?
This person would need good finger dexterity. You're not going to get that with a prosthesis. If this guy was wearing a glove on his pen hand, the note wouldn't be smeared like it is. For what it's worth.
Patient you
Jeez.
see is an 8-year-old girl
Wow.
suffering from the advanced stages of progeria. Some progeria patients make it to early adulthood, but others become terminal at age 7 or 8.
Is that Dr. Ridley?
Yes, in 1974. Joe Ridley thought that he could take their accelerated aging and slow it down.
Or even reverse it.
Initially, some of his lab work was promising, but
Sounds like he's done it.
things got out of control. I knew Joe Ridley. He didn't care about those kids. He talked about them as if they were laboratory animals. This terrible disease, progeria, he saw it as a wonderful opportunity. Do you know what they called Joe Ridley behind his back?
Frankenstein?
Dr. Mengele.
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid your colleague, Dr. Ridley, has dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, conveniently.
Yeah. Although it's rumored he went to South America to continue his work.
Mulder, it's science fiction.
Well, what would you have said 20 years ago about gene splicing, DNA fingerprinting, cloning, artificial intelligence?
Who is it?
Dr. Joe Ridley.
John Barnett is the only patient left, the only one who survived the experiments.
What about you?
My appearance is deceiving. I have no more than a month to live as I am dying from a rare cerebral vascular disease. At the same time, I and my patients became genetically susceptible to the same ailments a child of 6 or 8 would if he had the disease. I varied Barnett's treatment. Once I isolated the progeria receptors, I stumbled on something quite unexpected. These same genes related to the production of myelin. You see, myelin is not present in the very young, and by reversing the effects of aging, I found with Barnett, I was able to regulate the production of myelin. By taking samples of what we call cell morphogens from an amputated salamander arm and applying them to the back of the creature, they were able to grow a new limb on a completely different part of the body.
Oh my God.
It was called Dr. Mengele, Dr. Frankenstein, but I didn't care.
The government knew full well that Barnett was in the country.
You, of course, know that Barnett stole all of Ridley's research.
Yes, Ridley
Well,
was...
what Ridley doesn't know is that our government is bargaining with Barnett to buy it from him.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
He's gonna die soon, like the rest of your friends.
The rest of my friends?
One by one.
Study each of these faces. Know them. Particularly the eyes.
I'm including a diagram of the theater.
We've got 2 hours before the performance. Know this place inside and out. We don't want any shots fired if we can help it. We want to take Barnett alive.
Oh, Christ, he's the piano tuner. Oh my God, he looks completely different. Why does his eyes all of a sudden look normal? Oh, shit! What the fuck? Another hostage. Sign of a coward.
Back off! Go ahead, man. Shoot, Mulder. What are you afraid of, huh?
Shut up!
Just like old times, huh?
Shoot the son of a bitch in the head. Yes. Nice one. Good shot too.
Call an ambulance.
I'll do it. Right. Hear me? Don't try to move.
Damn.
Now, they flew in 3 specialists to try to save his life. That guy in the ugly suit there is probably CIA.
I bet they did.
Been trying to talk to him.
Is Barnett conscious?
Yeah, but he's not talking.
10. Vitals dropping. Barnett. 11.
He's gone.
Okay, guys. Grab hit him.
I lost him.
Good.
Bastard will take that research with him to the grave.
Good.
We're sitting in some safe deposit box. Getting old, just like the rest of us.
If he didn't destroy it, chances are that somehow, someday, somebody will find it.
We haven't heard the last from John Barnett.
Especially from Locker 935. Wow. That was really good. Okay, there was episode 16. I really enjoyed that episode because it gave us some background on Mulder. It gave us a subject matter that scientists have been trying to understand since the dawn of time, how to reverse aging. This guy sort of figured out how to reverse it, but with consequences. But of course the US government would want to buy it, but they're not going to get it. It's in that lockbox. I wonder how long that will sit there till somebody finds what it is, and even if at some point someone does find that, that'll have any idea or inkling as to what it is, and it just doesn't end up in the trash. Because the likelihood of that locker never being opened until maybe they're replaced, destroyed, or that station, wherever it was, looked like it was a train station or an airport, is eventually pulled down. It could just end up being smashed to pieces by a bulldozer for all we know. Like I said, maybe it's just going to sit there getting on like the rest of us. That's just, I don't want the US government getting their hands on that anyway. So again, we get another case where someone in effect comes back from the dead in a different way, a different scenario. I'm not sure he ever actually really died. He was just experimented on and gained his youth back. But that doesn't fix this. Obsessive, sociopathic, brutal, violent, unstable, could go on. But he wanted to take it out on Mulder, and he lost his old partner in the process, as well as the guy that he killed back in 1989 as well, who Mulder's still reeling about, and is obviously still keeping an eye on that guy's kid as well. There's no way this time round he was letting him take the hostage and take control of the situation like he did last time, knowing he'd follow by the book. Not anymore. Wow. I don't really think there's too much to discuss further about that one. It was just an case of Mulder's, which happened to be his first case as a rookie fresh out of the academy. And that his old partners saw what a lot of them saw in Mulder as to how he was always 2 or 3 steps ahead and that they'd got big plans for him. We've heard this already. And then he went down the X-Files route. But it shows just how good an agent he is. Like I said in the episode, there's quite a few depths to Mulder yet, and we're still just starting to pick away at them. But this one got to him. And it wouldn't have made sense if this was someone just copying him. When we were early in the episode and he's saying, I know that's him. I've done all the checks I can do with the handwriting and everything, and it's him. And the doctor involved, got his just reward, as nature always fights back and afflicts you with the same thing as part of you trying the antidotes and the way of reversing what nature is supposed to do. All living things die. They all age, they all die. The whole universe is a cycle. It's born, it lives, it dies, whether it's a person, an animal, or a planet or a star. The only thing that seems to be a constant is energy and gravity. And no one still knows where the full gravity comes from, but that's another subject. Right, we'll be back with episode 17 next. If you want to watch this in full length, it is available to both people on Patreon and if you're a YouTube member. If you want to know more details about that, you can just click the link in the description for Patreon. And if you want to watch it on the channel through the community tab, all you need to do is click on the join. It will give you more details there. You only need to be a Wolf member and you can access all the episodes on there, which I post every week. If you want to know the full details and all the schedule, that is also on the community tab, or you can just join the community Discord and get all the info there. Right, I will see you for episode 17 next. Until then, guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you're not already subscribed and you're enjoying the X-Files, we have got a long way to go. We're only 16 episodes into season 1. And there's like 11 seasons. This is going to take us like 2 years, guys. So I'm in it for the long run and I'm enjoying it. So see you for the next episode of the X-Files soon. Take care.